Okay, so let me tell you a little story about how the trolls can teach us about emotional regulation with kids. So, if you have a child or you work with kids and, they're upset, maybe they're angry, maybe they are disappointed or despondent and sad or, any of those sort of feelings, I tend to drop it as Queen Poppy. Like I come in, my hair isn't always like this, but I come in, I'm like, it's gonna be okay, and we're gonna be fine, and all of that, right? And then it lands nowhere. The kid's like not having it. So my point is that sometimes we have to drop the Queen Poppy. Oh my God, I didn't even mean for it to do that, and I love it so much. Anyway, and we have to lean into our inner Branch. So from the Trolls movie, Branch is like, in his bunker, and he's like worried about the Bergen and all of this. And so, we also need to join our kids when they're in their bunkers, in their minds. Okay. Okay, we're gonna turn that off. Okay, and so when they're in their bunker, that's kind of like being in fight, flight, freeze, right? So they're in brainstem, which is primal, which is all about survival mode. So when they're upset and they're worried and anxious or angry, they are in survival mode, okay? And that might come up as fight or flight. They might yell at you or they might retreat. They might not want to talk to you. And when we're in fight, flight, freeze, when we're in our bunkers, we're not available for poppy logic. We're not in our frontal lobes where logic and reasoning occurs. All of our brain juice is in the bunker instead of, in our frontal lobes where we can receive pep talks and things like that. So the piece of advice I have for you is to make sure that you join the branch before the poppy. So what that looks like is, oh, I understand you're so scared. You're scared the Bergen are coming. You're worried and you're preparing for that. And it makes sense that you're worried because Bergen actually do eat troll. And then you go into the poppy and be like, but we're in this together and we can do it and nothing's going to stop us now, right? So you've got to make sure to address them and join them in the bunker, even just for a moment, and acknowledge the fear, the worry. And one of my favorite phrases to use is, it makes sense you feel this way. All right. Thank you for coming to my Teddy Talk about how we have to make sure that we welcome all feelings. All feelings are welcome. Thanks so much. I'm Queen Poppy. Let's go.